So this is how to stop unfair bad faith lowball offers. That's the main title. And you'll see why as we step through it, how it works. And the 10 categories, the 10 major documentation categories that's going to determine the value of the case. That's essentially what's happened. So we're part of the Car Injury Doctor Network. I'm Dr. Paul, and so what I do is I teach chiropractors throughout the nation how to do this, how to document cases, how to create narrative reports, how to testify, how to do depositions, and how is it that I can do that? Well, how I found out about all this is when I started in practice. There was a case, I went to an attorney and showed him the information that we're getting ready to share with you. And he didn't know what to do with his soft tissue injury case. So we sent him over. The patient did not have a disc injury, a broken bone, fracture, anything like that. Sent them over, and it had nothing to do, and the insurance company was offering nothing. And the emergency room doctor said she was normal, and she continued to have trouble, and then her medical doctor told her she was normal. So that's why the insurance company didn't offer anything. So the attorney sends her over to me after hearing what you're about ready to hear. The attorney sends them over to me. We do this complete workup, which you're about ready to experience. And it's night and day versus what you're getting. We documented everything they didn't, went to court, and showed all the things that they didn't do, all the positive findings, put the whole case together. It went from $0 to $110,000 policy limit award. That was with no disc, no nerve injury, no mild concussion, no fracture. That was a low impact soft tissue spinal ligamentous injury is what it was. That's how it happened. And from there, it was like all the lights turned on, and I'm going, wait a minute, there's a whole segment of these cases that attorneys are having trouble with, and they're getting lowball offers. And I'll tell you the number one reason they're getting lowball offers is the doctor's bad documentation. Just like the case that I just shared with you, there was 2 medical doctors. They didn't even do 50% of the tests they should have did, and they told them it was normal. We brought them in, did high sensitivity, high relevancy tests, put the case all together, and that's how it went from $0 to $110,000. And you're going to find out that that's way more common than normal. The problem is doctors don't know how to document it. They're not trained in it. This is what I'm getting ready to share with you is not taught in chiropractic college. It is not taught in medical school. You have to go outside to learn personal injury documentation. So you're getting ready to about to hear something. In all likelihood, you probably haven't heard. Maybe some of it you have, maybe 50% of it have, and then we're going to put it together and show you why I never have lost a case in court using this material. You're going to see why. We're going to show you what determines the strength of the case, and that's real important. I always say I've never lost a case in court. Well, the number one factor to that is knowing when not to go to court. What do you have and what do you not have? That becomes real important. So we're going to be going into that. So again, I'm Dr. Paul. I've opened 77 offices in 20 states. Largest chiropractic provider in the world. We see over 600,000 patient visits a year. Do about $80 to $90 million a year in revenue. I'm a past speaker in 3 chiropractic colleges. Some of this I taught in the chiropractic colleges. I've authored 10 books like this. This is a fantastic booklet. This you're going to see as we go through it is jam-packed with vital information that stops unfair, bad faith, lowball offers. That's what you're going to see. It's going to become crystal clear with you as we go step by step why you're getting stuck with lowball offers and how to stop it, period. And that's what I did with my attorneys. I would say, this is what you have, this is what you don't have, and I would tell them, based on this, you have a strong case, you have a weak case, that's an average case, and that's how we work together. So that's what we're actually going to go into. So this is the book that we're going to be covering from. Again, it's the Car Injury Doctors Network, and we do have attorneys and chiropractors in the room that are part of the network. So they learn all this training to help support the patient, and of course when they support the patient, it supports the attorney also. One last case I was just an expert witness in recently. The person was hit, no broken bones, had some ligament damage to the neck. They were initially offered only medicals, the cost of the medicals. The person had permanent ligament damage, instability, had a 17% impairment rating, surgery on the left shoulder, and they only wanted to pay for medicals. That's it. After we put this together, took it, resubmitted it, it went from 40-something thousand to $170,000, something like that, just from this documentation. So that's what's going to happen. Let's walk through step by step. Here's what you're going to get. So you can see if you open it up step by step, and it is chronological, by the way. We're going to go through it, it's chronological. The presentation topics. Number one is the potential injury award worksheet. What is the potential injury award that we're looking at? We're going to cover one of the main topics I work with attorneys, and that's the 7 minimum documentation categories that determine the strength of the case. This is going to be unbelievably valuable, determine how strong of a case you have, and whether, in other words, how much force should you stand with your claim. Or should you just, fake it and cave and go to the next one because it's a weak case. We're going to go into the top 5 financial driver categories. These are Colossus. You've heard of Colossus before? You know much about Colossus? We're going into Colossus documentation categories. That's what a lot of this stuff is also. We also cover the 4 documentation categories to help defend the case. And the 2 big ones out of that are how to defend against the pre-existing injury and the low property damage. And then we do the 12 steps to tell the story to support the injury award. This becomes very important in a narrative report, deposition, or trial testimony. That's what this is. The 4 potential injury awards based on the doctor's documentation. So there's 4 potential injury awards, not one. And we're going to go into how to convert, and the attorney's usually like this. I'm going to go in how to convert the documentation into, the doctor's documentation, into 4 distinct injury awards, how it's supported. 37 winning steps to tell the story. This is the blueprint. This is the exact formula that I use to never lose a case in court. There's essentially 37 steps in a blueprint for a deposition or a narrative report. There's 37, and they're all sequential and logical to tell the story and build the case. It's like a pyramid. We put a base down, and then we put another base down, and we put another base down, and another base, and the case gets stronger, 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 stronger. That's what this does. Then we're going to go into the 6 attorney myths. There's some common myths that we deal with, and 8 doctor service factors. Those are some common issues that attorneys have when they're dealing with doctors. These are the topics we're going to run through. Now, if you want to spend more time on a particular topic, we will. If something is more interesting to you, we will. Otherwise, we'll kind of move through them at a pretty good clip, because this is a lot of information we're getting ready to cover. But this is going to be worth a lot of money once we understand how to apply this. Now, one of the first things that I like to do is I like to go into, when we finish this and we put it all together, you're going to see the potential income of the potential money made or the money you're losing. And I'll just share with you right now, in my experience of doing this for 25 to 30 years, the average attorney, and you're about ready to see this, the average attorney that sees only 2 personal injury cases a month loses, on average, over $200,000 a year by not knowing this documentation. You're going to see how that works right now.